The man accidentally bumped into a passerby, and the very next second, the entire street came to a complete halt.
What's happening?
They're coming.
At that moment, anyone who made even the slightest movement would be seized by the monsters on the spot. The people on the street seemed frozen in time, standing perfectly still, barely daring to breathe. Just then, the girl couldn't help but shift her eyes ever so slightly. That nearly imperceptible movement immediately caught the monster's attention. They slowly descended the steps, their eyes locked onto the girl, carefully scanning every subtle change on her face. The girl forced herself to stay still and barely managed to survive the ordeal. To stay alive, everyone held their breath, silently praying that the monsters would leave as soon as possible. But just as they thought the danger had passed, a fly landed on the man's face. He instinctively blinked, and that tiny action was instantly detected by the robots. Danger struck without warning, and Annie made a split-second decision to turn and run, shouting for her companions to sprint with her. Only after they completely shook off the monsters behind them did they dare to stop and catch their breath. It turned out that by the year 2026, artificial intelligence had completely taken over the world. The humans who survived by sheer luck had no choice but to disguise themselves as robots in order to live. The robots carried out random inspections, and once a disguised human was discovered, they were immediately eliminated. To wipe out humanity once and for all, the AI leader relentlessly captured survivors, subjecting them to brutal interrogations to force out the location of the human base. Jack was one of them. No matter how much he was threatened or tempted, he clenched his teeth and refused to reveal a single word. This completely enraged the AI leader, which instantly unleashed flames heated to 500 degrees, attempting to burn Jack alive on the spot. At the critical moment, Jack noticed an escape marker on the ground and narrowly escaped death. Meanwhile, the daughter, searching for her father, recovered an abandoned robot in hopes of finding clues inside its brain. However, this action was fiercely opposed by her close friend. It was this abnormal reaction that made the daughter sense something was wrong, because the way her friend spoke was completely different from before. She caught her off guard and knocked her down, only to discover that her friend's consciousness had long been erased by artificial intelligence. Standing in front of her now was nothing more than a robot under control. She was no match for it and was quickly pushed into a disadvantage, forced to hide helplessly behind a car. At that moment, the car radio suddenly crackled to life, and the voice that came through was her father's. It turned out that while escaping, Jack had transmitted the AI's plans to the entire world via radio waves. But the daughter's danger was far from over as the robot closed in again, and she was moments away from being killed. At the crucial moment, the repaired robot witnessed everything and directly turned on its own kind, killing its companion. Although the daughter still failed to reunite with her father, the war between humans and artificial intelligence had only just begun. She firmly believed that one day humanity would defeat the machines and reclaim the world that belonged to them.